Welcome to the back of my thumb. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. This is Jennifer and Mel Rose. We are the Roses, and you are watching Astro Insights live on Rose Tron Astrology.
Hello, welcome.
We are also known as Midwest Woo Books and More, and many identities. So,
Yes, we wear many witch hats.
we do. Which hat we're wearing?
Which hat we are wearing
Which hat?
depends on the day.
So I'm just waiting to see if anyone else joins us. Usually we wait about a minute, kind of just interrupt each other. No, I'm just kidding. Introduce ourselves and just kind of what's happening here. So every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we get together and we discuss the astrology for next week, and we follow that up with a live tarot card reading. I find it very useful for my world. I was actually just talking to Mel again about the astrology because some things have come to light, and I'm just wondering what this is looking like for our next week. And hearing the astrology for next week and knowing what I already know gives me a little bit of an idea of how I can participate in it and what to expect a little bit from the week. So from a situation. So that's what we're hoping to do here today. So welcome to Astro Insights Live. This is Mel Rose, astrologer and intuitive tarot card reader, and my name is Jennifer Rose. I'm also an astrologer and intuitive tarot card reader. We are located here in Belton, Missouri, live in our retail studio. And today we're doing Astro Insights Live. And Mel is going to start off, and we'll go a little bit back and forth here, or maybe I'll just be quiet sometimes. But Mel's going to start off and talk with us about the astrology.
The astrology for the coming week. But first, we want to go back and talk a little bit about the past week, just so that we are up to date. Today is the 28th, September 28th, Sunday. The moon is in Sagittarius, and moon in Sagittarius is considered good fortune. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter has a lot to do with what's going on in the coming week. So we're kind of getting that expansive vibe, that vibe of like wanting things to get bigger or seeing how things can multiply and sort of willing it to go in that direction. We're showing up for the things that we feel good about, so that maybe we can get lucky. We can have a little bit of good fortune in a place we'd like to see some good fortune. So that's where we are today. Last week, last Monday, the sun moved on into Libra. We had the fall equinox, and also on the same day, Mars moved forward into Scorpio, where it's at home and in its rulership, and enacting strategies for success. Less in an Aries, just, fight way, and more in a Scorpio, like, okay, let's have a plan and see what kind of strings we can pull to get things to go in our favor. So that's very powerful energy for us to be in at this time. We had some positive stuff last week, and we had some challenging stuff last week. I kind of wonder how it went for you. I'd love to hear about it if you want to leave a comment below. And last week, part of the big news was this grand trine in air signs that we have. We're still in the grand trine in air signs. That started with that started with the eclipse happening at the point of the grand trine with Pluto and Uranus. And then now the sun is actually completing the grand trine to Pluto and Uranus. So that's really positive, powerful energy for changes to be coming about, changes that are easy, sometimes changes we can't help but go through, transformations and upgrades. The guidance through all of this is to be as wide open and grateful for and accepting of the changes that come along as we can, because they are upon us, folks. And that's going to be going on through this coming week as well. So here we are after the fall equinox. The season has shifted. I can tell it's turning into autumn here in the Northern Hemisphere. We are near Kansas City, Missouri. So We get regular summers, regular hot summers, and regular cold winters, and it's about time to dip into that autumn season right before the winter. Today, with the sun in Sagittarius, like I said, it's a good fortune vibe. Show up where you want to, be lucky. And now I'm going to move on into the coming week.
Moon in Sagittarius. You said sun in Sagittarius.
The moon
the
is
sun
in
is in
Sagittarius.
Libra, and
The
the
moon
moon
is
is in Sagittarius.
Thank you.
And I'm looking down at Mel's note chart, and on today it says "Good luck, babe." And I keep thinking about, I don't know if y'all follow news or not, but Kansas City, they've done an awesome mural of Chapel Roan because she's coming here to do a concert next weekend, and the Good Luck Babe just keeps me thinking about how beautiful that is. So check it out.
Yes. So that's where we are today, Sunday. The sun is in Libra, the moon is in Sagittarius. Libra and Sagittarius, air and fire. This is a very active vibration, and this is a very let's share information and inspiration kind of vibration. Moving into tomorrow, we're going to have that halfly. I have a little bit of Benadryl brain this morning, friends. My brain and my tongue are not necessarily connecting, but it's going to be a half moon. We are halfway from the new moon to the full moon as of tomorrow. And that half moon will be in Capricorn. So the moon moves forward into Capricorn tomorrow. And when the moon is in Capricorn, it's a little bit more about getting down to business, putting in some sweat of the brow labor, thinking about your ambitions and working toward them. And that's the moon. That's your home life. That's your personal experience. But sometimes, we take our projects out in the world very seriously too. So it's really just a good time to dig into the work that you need to do, starting on Monday and on Tuesday as well. So Tuesday is the 30th. I'm seeing a note here that I don't understand. But no, I'm not. So Tuesday is the 30th, and on Tuesday, the moon is going to have an opposition to Jupiter. And I know I brought up Jupiter before because we're coming in to the week on a Sagittarius moon, and Jupiter does figure largely in this week, okay? And Jupiter is that principle of expansion. It just wants to grow everything that it touches. So sometimes we got to be careful about what it's going to touch, right? Moon in opposition to Jupiter on Tuesday says, don't overdo it with your body. Don't overdo it with your heart, your emotions. Don't overdo it intuitively. In fact, give yourself some time, some grace, and some ease as you move through, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, because there is a signature here that says it's possible to overdo it. It's possible to want to do more than you really should agree to doing, and it's possible that you will. So, just take it easy on yourself. We want to be conservative with ourselves, conservative with our bodies and our actions this week. And then going into Wednesday, the moon moves on into Aquarius, and that gives us some sort of boss perspective on what's going on in the world. So, Capricorn and Aquarius are both ruled by Saturn. When the moon moves out of Capricorn and into Aquarius, it's still ruled by Saturn. Saturn is in Pisces right now. That's a whole other discussion. But the moon in Aquarius, it doesn't really change our vibration in terms of taking our lives very serious and taking our ambitions very seriously. But what it does is it allows us to get a higher perspective. It allows us to zoom out, take a look at, how things are operating around us, and realize this is not how I would like it to go. This is how I would like it to go, so we can start to put it back in order. Okay. It's about policy. It's about perspective. It's about setting things in motion, making changes that are practical for everyone, and in the overall. And on that day, Wednesday, while we're getting that boss perspective, while we're able to zoom out and say, hey, wow, I see what's going on here, and I see what kind of changes I would like to make. Mercury is going to be squaring Jupiter. Remember Jupiter. So Jupiter is that principle of expansion, and a square, again, is another challenging kind of vibration. And Mercury, that's our thoughts and our words. So our plans that we're making. So we want to be a little conservative. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want to overpromise or overcommit to something that we, even if we feel really enthusiastic about it and we would really like to, just don't overpromise. You can say, I would really love to be involved in that, but I really have to check my calendar and get back to you, and make an assessment of what kind of time and energy you actually can give to a thing before doing it. Okay. Again, we get this vibration of overdoing it with our bodies, but also overdoing it with our words, saying too much, promising too much. Let's just try not to do that this week.
Well, now you tell me that I volunteered to do the election all day. And for my life tomorrow, yeah, it is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow I have to train for like 2 or more hours in the evening and then be back for the election at 4 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And had I known this prior to, I might have thought a little bit about it. But what this tells me about my days, because this is going to be my Monday through Wednesday and our normal hours off of retail business, it just means that I can only do what I can do. And in that moment, if I feel like I can't do more, then I should stop and say, you know what, I've got to take a break, or ask for help, or ask for support in that way. So for me, it's usually about my body and sometimes about my mind, depending on, like I'm going to be partnered up with a new person. So, I just need to know to take time, that I don't always have to respond to everything that's being said or asked of me. And take frequent breaks.
Yeah.
That's why I like to listen to this Astro Insights.
Take frequent breaks. This is a policy we follow in our lives, and we pass on this wisdom to you. You can work hard, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't take frequent breaks.
Right.
Take frequent breaks to take a bathroom break, get a cup of water, have a little bit of snack, or just allow yourself to breathe and enjoy the progress you are making, okay? Because we're all making progress. It may not feel like we're making much, because here we are in 3D time and we have to take care of every small detail to make the progress we want to make. But it's happening, and you can still make it happen. In fact, you can be more successful in making it happen if you take frequent breaks. Yes. Okay. So then the sun is in Aquarius Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The moon is in Aquarius Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The sun is in Libra. The moon is in Aquarius Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then on Friday, the moon moves on into Pisces. And this whole week, the moon is culminating toward the full moon. It's not going to be full this week. It's going to be full on the next Monday, the coming Monday, okay? But the moon is just getting bigger and bigger and brighter. We're seeing more of it in the sky at this point. And when the moon is in Pisces, it's really a time to relent. So even if you have chosen to keep a relentless pace, even though we've asked you to take frequent breaks and be conservative with your body and the expenditure of your time and your plans, definitely when the moon is in Pisces, it's time to take a little bit of a break with your body. Be a little soft and gentle with yourself. Do something kind for yourself. At least give yourself some more water and a little bit more rest. Okay, that's what happens when the moon is in Pisces, because it's the end of a cycle and it's about to move in a couple of days on into Aries, and we're going to start all over again. Okay, so Friday, Venus day, very Venusian anyway. Good day to try to take it easy with yourself and others. Also that day, Mercury is entertaining an opposition to Chiron. So this is the second opposition of this week. Our outstanding vibrations of the week are oppositions, which are conflicted, or squares, which are like bumps in the road, or quincunxes, which are like a need to make an adjustment. They're not always that pleasant, and it's positive based on what you make of it, but definitely not the easiest things to go through. So that's another reason why I'm saying take care of yourself, be conservative with your actions and your plans this week, because things are going to come up. They might be surprising. They might just, like conflicts are raised, and we have to, deal with what is happening in reality in the moment. And it helps not to have overscheduled ourselves, overpromised, or overworked ourselves in advance of that. So especially on Friday, while we're relaxing and reflecting, and while we're sharing about our experience, we want to choose our words really wisely. We want to be careful because what we're in conflict there is this desire to heal. And we don't really like being in conflict with our desire to heal, but sometimes our thoughts and our words are directly in conflict with our desire to heal. So especially on Friday, I want you to pay attention to the words that you're saying about yourself and your life and your people around you. And, just understand that it's your words. It is your words that create the reality that you're living in. So, be careful with the words that you're using. If you want to find healing, you've got to speak healing words. And then on Sunday, the moon moves on into Aries, and we get this fiery sense of initiative and a new start. And we want to get out and be active and maybe socialize, maybe just take care of some business. That's going to happen on Sunday. And then on Monday, not tomorrow Monday, but the next Monday, will be that full moon in Aries. Mercury is going to move on into Scorpio that day. It's going to be a very Mars powerful day. Not tomorrow Monday, but the next Monday. So we're going to be feeling a very strong sense of initiative. So be conservative this week. Pull back a little bit in your energy. Pull back in what you're willing to give physically and emotionally and mentally, and of your time and of your energy. Just so that we can come to that sort of resting point on Friday. And then when we feel that initiative coming in at the beginning of the next week, we will be ready to just step into that power and go take care of business, get things done, TCB, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I see all these aspects happening, and it's coming up close to my birthday. So we've got this Pisces full moon, of course. So this is
Aries full moon.
Aries full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pisces on Friday, though.
Mm-hmm.
Pisces moon on Friday.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm focusing on because I have a Pisces moon. So
yes.
This is going to be an interesting week, to say the least. And I can already see where it's going. Yeehaw. Lots of pivots. Still a lot of endings and beginnings happening out there. Unfortunately, there's also I don't know, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of people just kind of emancipating from situations that they no longer want to be in as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that follows any astrology or not, but I don't. That's what's happening.
Well, definitely, we are still in the aftermath of that eclipse in Virgo
right.
that we had with the new moon.
Right.
And that eclipse in Virgo, was at the South Node. So it is about things that are sort of drifting away from us, getting away from us one way or another. And, we're allowed to let that stuff go. Right. So that we can turn our attention to the Piscean things that we want to take on, where the North Node is.
Yeah. And eclipses usually show us the truth in something, if we're watching, paying attention, are open to the criticism,
Yes.
Then, yeah.
Pay attention to the signs the universe is sending. They're usually pretty clear.
Yes, they're usually pretty clear. And I don't know, for me, the clearer they are, the more I reject them. I don't know why that is. At first, I'm just like, oh, that was too easy. Oh, no, that's, yeah, no.
Well, you've got your cards going. So why don't you go ahead and do our 2-card reading for the week?
What are the placements?
Okay.
I don't do those.
Yeah. So Sun in Libra, I really want to focus on that because this is the first full week of the Sun in Libra. And this is a time of year when our outer lives turn to thoughts about balance and justice, making things fair, making things right. And also turn to more conservative ideas like how we're going to take care of ourselves through the winter. Okay. It's about to get cold outside. It's a little more challenging to live at times like that. So this is a time when we're traditionally bringing in our harvest. We're, sort of like cozying up our homes and, maybe putting up some insulation, battening down our hatches, so to speak, getting down to those details, but definitely just making it fair as in equal balance. We like justice at this time of year, a lot of justice coming down. And also we like fairness as in it feels fair to me. It feels nice. It feels beautiful to me. So I love that. So one for the Sun in Libra. What's our guidance for the Sun in Libra?
Ace of Pentacles is our guidance for the Sun in Libra.
Oh, I love that.
So, as Mel was talking about, it's we're taking care of our normal day-to-day life business, right? Like there's probably even a lot of contracts out there that are, thank you. Yeah, you hold that. There are probably a lot of contracts out there that are ending and beginning, being renegotiated in all of the ways. There's a lot of legal movement here. But on when I get those cards, I have to draw another card on that because this is the beginning of something. This is like a hand out of the universe saying, here's some money. Here is the answer to your
Current
life question.
predicament, yes.
Here is the test results from that test that you had. Okay, this is about getting down to the bottom of that information. All right, and then I draw the Page of Cups. So the two of those things together, as far as Libra season is concerned, is about, damn it, you got to trust your intuition right now. You really have to trust that first thought that comes into your mind, that one that comes from your gut, the one that comes from your soul, especially Libra placements right now. You've got to trust that with everything in you. It's gonna save you a situation that you don't want to be in, that you don't like to be in. So yeah. Trust your gut guidance and intuition on this one, for real. And trust whatever people are presenting you with. That's what it is.
Yeah, another thing that comes up with both of these cards for me is getting outside your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, that too.
But
yeah,
I think that's part of what trusting your gut and taking opportunities for new starts is about.
Right. I also think it's a reminder that we can still be passionate and have our emotions under control. That's difficult for me, and I say that probably because I'm trying to practice it. But with this card here, this is telling me like we really got to follow our guts, Libras, especially during Libra season. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Somebody just now listen. I'm gonna have a little say about this here. Somebody is literally puking Jesus in my chat right now. And let me tell you, if I were to go to your church right now today on Sunday and pull out my tarot cards for that preacher and say, hey man, you're doing it all wrong. Come down to my store, do some tarot. I would be probably arrested. Okay. But everybody acts like, first of all, that no one has ever heard of Jesus. And for people to think that we haven't heard about Jesus or just haven't been told properly about Jesus is really just mind-boggling to me. All right. And the clear fact is that I am a saved person, but none of y'all will believe that. And it really angers me that you're in my comments, you come in my store, and then you gripe about your own religious freedom. Like, stop that. Stop it. There's no reason for you to be doing this in my chat. Yeah. And everybody's like, just ignore it. But it's all the time. And it's always about Jesus. And I'm not against Jesus. I don't need to be saved. I have a really good heart, a pure soul, a wonderful life. I'm happy. Okay. But this is not okay. All right. We need to allow other people to live the lives the way they want to live their lives. And when I want to seek your church, when I want to seek your God, when I want to seek the things that you are currently living in, then I will go there when I'm ready. I will go there when I'm ready. I don't need directions. We see them everywhere. Yeah. We are talked to about it all the time. So please, when I'm ready to accept, when other people are ready to accept whatever it is spiritually, please stop with that, because you're not bringing anyone anywhere.
No.
You're only going to get me a free cookie, a free hot dog, a free something. That's it. Yeah. All right. So please stop that.
Yeah.
All right. Put yourself first. If you can't put yourself first, you cannot give yourself away to anyone or anything else. And that includes Jesus.
It's true.
So off my tirade, Libra season. This is how it is. Mm-hmm. My Mercury is in Scorpio.
Okay. So the next card is going to be about facing our challenges, facing conflict this week. How are we going to deal with our challenges and conflict this week? Because, friends, it's coming up. That's why I'm asking you to be conservative.
Mhm.
And by conservative, I just mean, like, think before you put your body into something. Think before you put your plans of your time into something.
Right.
So
This is what I'm responding to.
yeah, there were like 5 of those. Or something.
Just over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my social media life. Actually, I can say, wow, what a beautiful picture of the golf course that was today, Janet. And somebody is going, please go find Jesus, and I'm like, come on now.
You think I don't know where Jesus is?
You don't know where I think, you don't know. Yeah. You think I don't know. So what's the second card?
The second card is, how are we going to approach conflict this week?
Yeah. And see, that's not, to me, that shouldn't be a conflict if you would just stay in your lane. Like, it feels conflictual, see, and they just over and over. Just, please shut the frick up. Yeah. Yes, right back at you. So anyway, second card is what? How to deal with conflict. No, you just got to go. You got to save your own energy and your time, because there's no point in having a conversation with someone who does not see things rationally or logically.
You can go your own way.
Yeah, you can go
just
your own
do
way.
what you're going to do.
Yeah, and it's okay. I'm not going to say anything to you. You don't say anything to me. I'm taking my shit and I'm going on my direction. Leave me alone.
Bigger person.
Yes. Yeah. So just be the bigger person and, act your age and grown up and just know that, I had 2 parents. My mom would tell me if somebody messed with me, especially if somebody physically messed with me, that I should hit them back. And I kind of agree with that. Like, there's a self-defense thing there. But my dad always told me to walk away from a fight. And I always thought that meant probably just like verbal, but it meant the opposite way. So I've always been really conflicted about this. And really what it is just to save your time and energy on the argument that is going to be circular, on the fight, the physical fight that is going to be circular, and it's just going to end up in something costly, a fine, an arrest, something of that nature. You could even lose your job, your family over those kinds of things. And just know when it's time to pick up and get out.
Yeah.
Just know when it's time to pick up and get out. And I just want to go ahead and put here, like, here's what I'm seeing in the, he can just look at his own comments. And this is probably somebody on their way to or coming back from church.
You're right.
Just in time, Justin.
Yeah,
tell
us, Justin, what was the sermon about today? Do you remember?
When you have nothing intellectual to say, that's when you say, you look like you're 80 years old.
Yeah.
So, hey, Justin, I hope that you do grow up. I hope that your parents are pretty proud. And I hope that you'll find a different hobby than just trolling people on YouTube with your hand down your pants on a Sunday morning. Hey, and you know what? If you are doing that, that's going to cost you. My Venmo is... No, I've never went. For once in my life, I'm going to say maybe I should.
Okay, let's bring this back around to the positive love and light.
Yes.
We even have love, light, and tolerance, and love and healing light for people who come on our channel and say unkind things to us.
Yes.
I understand that you're probably feeling a little bad about yourself today, and I'm sorry.
Me too.
Sorry about your day.
It's
I hope
tough
it gets
to be
better.
lonely and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So, this week, friends, trust your gut. And I hope that your gut is telling you to slow way down. I hope that your gut is telling you just to not plan more than you've already planned and not give more than you're prepared to give. And that culminates on Sunday with a day for sort of really pulling back and relaxing and reflecting. And then, coming up on Sunday and next Monday, it's going to be full on initiative. So take a break and go slow, and take your frequent breaks while you can, because it's going to be more active next week.
Yes. And thank you so much for letting me speak my mind. It's just one of those things that continues to happen. And so, addressing it sometimes in the moment is just a way of integrating it so I can have the rest of my day. Thank you so much for joining us here at Astro Insights Live. We do this every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time here on YouTube. We replay that on our Facebook account. We are going to start having a live audience as well, so that will be fun. The energy will be great. And on Thursdays, we do Tarot Showdown, which is a yes or no tarot program, and it's fun. And we are going to have a live audience for that as well. So tune in to us and be good to yourself, be good to others. And
we appreciate you. Much love.
And if you haven't already, subscribe, please.
Catch you in the next video Thursday night.
Thursday.